Hello. You may be wondering, when is it ever tail time? They never do list it on your calendar every year. It's just something you kind of have to make up yourself. So it's like, do you ever really celebrate tail time, or was it really just a figment of this poor, delusional gecko's imagination?
I, for one, say that we're going the wrong way. Two, I will say that I treat it as the opposite of...
Get it on.
Oh boy.
Okay, I know we were supposed to go to the Kung Fu Theater, but that's not the right Kung Fu Theater we're supposed to be attending.
They just show up, they kick him out. You want the one down the street. He's like, hey.
Oh, right. Thank you.
I was gonna say, I like to treat it as the opposite of, by the way, everyone has lost the game. I will never let that die. Two, I like to think of it as the opposite of the game, where the minute you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, it is tail time. Like, it's only tail time whenever you acknowledge it as being tail time. Then it's like, oh shit, yeah, he's right, it is tail time. But I say, just go for it. We're just gonna hop right into this. What were your thoughts on tail time?
I have no particular opinion on the matter. In fact, I was actually waiting on a joke where it was going to be like, that's a very solid question, James. Why don't we ask Gex what he thinks of it, leading to him saying it when we enter the level.
I'm the ultimate weapon, baby. Yeah.
Or that.
Yeah, not the alpha male weapon. Also, he actually has not mentioned tail time, so I guess it's not tail time yet. But I will say, I am so sorry for the last session. Only afterwards was I like, holy crap. The part where I was ironically so touchy of saying you think you're better than dead people, that was so hurtful of me.
It's like... I mean, I understand, I know it wasn't, intentional, but that seems a little, mean-spirited towards the dead.
I was just... I am so sorry, Hype. I don't know what came over me.
Okay.
Okay, well... There you go. Okay, it's time, everybody!
Tail time, everybody!
Anyway. Okay.
Alright, so with that all said, ladies and gentlemen, while we're here in the, what they call Samurai Night Fever, I want to say this is like the one, the other time I think the only time I can think of, where the usual theme tune you're expecting to hear for the... Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
Hey!
That's a hot one.
But, what was I gonna say?
The usual theme?
Yeah, they actually changed it up for a completely different theme, which I want to say we already heard in an earlier bonus round, but I honestly lost count.
I mean, I
and actually, while I'm here, because I just remembered something.
Oh, I see it down there too.
Whoop. Ah, nice.
This one was a little. This one took me a little bit to find.
Yay!
What's that glowy thing?
Also, that's like the one warp point thing I can think of that exists.
Yeah,
in
that's
this
the first time I've
entire
ever
game.
seen. Yeah, that's the only time I've ever seen that color. Like that's honestly those sparkles that remind me of something from like Ape Escape, actually.
It does kind of look Ape Escape-esque now that you mention it.
A little bit like that. Either that or, you know what it was? Those colors also remind me of the weird sparkles that appear around Ty, the Tasmanian tiger, whenever he takes damage.
Right.
Like the magic
that
sparkles.
very spiritual,
Bunyip energy.
Yeah, I was about to say Bunyip energy.
Which we are still planning to do that. I have that already, and who knows? Maybe they'll actually, out of nowhere, like, surprise us this year and say, hey, we're just going to do Night of the Quinkin as well while we're at it.
Night of the Quinkin. Is that the subtitle for 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Night of the Quinkin or Kinkin or whatever. They're like the
whatever it is. It's the one Thai game that everyone forgets exists.
Because it was very gimmicky compared to the other. Oh.
I need a reminder. Did we ever get around to working on the second game?
Not yet. But I practiced the whole thing and I can do it all live. And again, the good news is that since that is a console game, I won't have to use Lucky Sound Mix for that.
That's good.
It's going to be one expensive Easter egg hunt.
Whoop.
Yes, it is, Gex. Yes, it is.
Fuck. Fly me away, sweet butterfly. I'm actually a fly, sir. Oh.
You think you know a
right on the
snack?
spot. Just eats him right on the spot. No questions asked. So I see. So this level is similar to other ones where like there's a fork in the road right away, a three-pronged fork in the road that'll lead you to each of the remotes.
Also worth noting is that the third mission of this game is actually, this level is actually locked until you clear the other two first. Like you can technically can select the hint, but the gate that leads to it is technically like closed down until you can find the means to open them up.
And it's only through, and you only get it through, the gate only unlocks through the collection of the previous 2 remotes?
Kind of, sort of. It actually
Subtitle
revolves
sold.
around something we'll come across along the way.
Okay, so I'll say, otherwise, like... Oh, and I see, and it's like the one time that something you do in a level actually retains its state, even after you've left the level and come back.
Yeah, I want to say it's the only time this game ever pulls something like that.
I would say that, considering they have the technology to do that, I'm astonished they didn't use it more frequently.
Seriously. But I guess in some ways I kind of appreciate that, well, the game doesn't do it too terribly often, because otherwise it would sort of butcher the otherwise open-ended nature of the game.
That is fair. But, like, I could see where, like, it's open-ended for, like, the first 2, but then, like, the third, like, bonus one, like, or at the very least, like, I don't know, man, every idea I come up with just sounds like I'm trying to limit your fun, but I do like the idea of, like, you know, you pursue these goals to get you know, you meet the tiny goals so you can beat the bigger ones later.
I'm honestly not sure if Gex 3 pulls anything like that, though. Like, I mean, Gex 2 is more or less open-ended with its levels, but Gex 3, I'm not entirely certain if that's the case or not.
Well, I guess strap in, because that's going to be the next thing I gotta practice soon.
No spitting.
Yeah.
No spitting, and don't go jumping off the edge, or else you'll end up like that poor fellow there.
In the Iron Void.
Yeah, you're not gonna get those masks he dropped either.
That we're
Yeah.
not. Don't be greedy, and no
And
spitting.
no spitting.
Right.
Whoa. I will say that I'm still surprised by how much like force those spinning platforms have in this game.
Yeah, seriously, like, jeez.
You could, the frickin' I'm still remembering the frickin' disco background area of the secret agent level, bonus level. You know, the
Yeah.
one where like you're just trying to land on those things and.
Oh, you know, like that. Honestly, nothing in this game will ever be as bad as that.
Oh, samurai.
Aside from maybe the final boss, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, there it
Oh,
goes.
he was really not as intimidating as I thought he was.
Yeah, you just gotta work. Remember, no matter how big he may be, his head is much smaller.
The bigger they are, the harder they are to take out for sushi.
It's like the bigger they are,
Ah.
the more bone. It's like the bigger they are, the more bones they can break.
Aw. And I see, so we gotta find each of those gongs to open the path.
Yep.
Also, what I was saying there, like the bigger they are, the more bones they break. That's another quote from Secret of the Ooze that I remember.
Oh, yeah, you're looking at the...
Yeah. Yeah. Like every time I see that, I'm just so amused.
Was it the same actors for the movies?
For Donnie, it's not. It's a different actor.
Okay, because it did sound different.
It's like Donnie and Raph had different actors. In fact, I think Raph had a different actor in all 3 of those movies. But Mikey, Leo, and Splinter were the same.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess Splinter would have to be because live action actor.
I'm Kung Fu. You can be a millionaire.
Oh, we're not gonna think about that.
Yeah.
We're just gonna glance past that one for the time being. It was wrong.
Actually,
again, it's wrong. Go ahead.
Another thing, you said live action actor. No, I said Splinter, not Shredder. Although Shredder also does have like the same voice as well.
Sorry, I really thought you were saying Shredder. My bad.
I guess I could
That's
ask
fine.
real quick, like, well, first of all, we do need to get around to actually, watching that movie sometime. You did
We
show us the
should.
first one, and I still think that was a pretty decent movie.
I like the first one.
Secondly, do they do a better, at least for the second movie, I know the third movie probably doesn't, did they do a better job of hiding the faces?
To my recollection, yes.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's right. Because I remember you could see the faces sometimes in the suits.
Yeah, like in the first movie's defense, it was only really glaring in the scene where Raph wakes up from his beatdown in the tub. He has that little tender moment with Leo, where they reconcile after the big fight they had, and then Donnie ruins it by pointing out that it's a Kodak moment. And there's a moment where he's laughing so hard, when you throw your head back in laughter,
Right.
When he's throwing his head back, you can see the actor's face in his mouth.
Because but so I can say that at least from the clip that I had seen, the masks look a little better. They actually look a little higher quality in terms of the motion they can do.
It's funny because I feel I know Donnie's is definitely different from the first film. I want to say Mikey's and Leo's are the same though.
And then I remember Splinter looking different.
Between 1 and 2, I don't think he did. I know
Or
it
was
was
it 2 and
definitely a
3 I'm
different puppet in
thinking?
3.
Right, 3 was just a full body like puppet that looked like something straight out of a Sesame Street commercial.
Which was the one with where Splinter literally put on the lampshade hat?
That was 3.
That was 3 where he got a little too wacky funny.
Right.
It was supposed to be endearing that he tried to be funny, not that now he just looks like now he was just being like your uncle who tries to be funny and it just doesn't work.
Well, you know what? I'll give it
Turtles in
this.
Time, but it wasn't called Turtles in Time. What was it called again?
It was just called Ninja Turtles 3.
Oh, okay.
Well, they totally could have called it Turtles in Time.
They
I
absolutely
feel
could've.
like they could have, but I feel like the only thing that's keeping them from that is like unlike in Turtles in Time, where you go through different eras in time. In 3, they only stay in feudal Japan.
Right.
Turtle in time, in a time. Turtles in a time. Turtle power. Sorry, I don't know where my head is today.
No,
I need to be more mean to you guys. That's when I felt like I was on my own. I'm sorry. I don't know where. I really still don't know where that sass came from the last session.
Well, did you say it was because you kind of had a somewhat average day at work that
yeah,
day?
it was like a decent day. It was like a decent day of work, so I had excess sass in my body that had to be ejected somehow.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I need to be cross at someone.
Otherwise, I guess random thing I'll ask James is I can only assume if you don't hit that gong at the end of the level, you are a fool.
Yes.
Because then you have to beat the whole thing again.
Excuse me.
Yeah, from both ends. If you've been especially,
You're a double fool.
Exactly.
And no one wants to be a double fool.
There are no room for triple fools here.
Unless
So
you're
yeah, with
me.
that all said, since we cleared both gongs, we can climb the towering temple now.
Awesome. Let's do it. So yeah, no. Again, this is our final hope. So we only have we really only have after this 2 more real levels left, and then hang on.
Last time I was here, I was dressed as a woman. Yes.
Huh.
Good on you, man.
I mean, I won't judge.
Rock on, get it, girl.
Is there?
It's ironically the least offensive thing he could spout out in this genre.
Yeah, at this moment, yes.
Well, my thing is that like I feel like that has to be a reference to something. I just don't know what it would be referencing.
The voice he was saying made it sound like it was an Austin Powers joke, like "Yeah, baby," but I can't tell if that's the angle he was going for.
That's really...
So unfortunately, they locked this area down for a reason. It's a literal obstacle course.
This is giving me some Voodoo Vince vibes out of nowhere, actually. Was
Voodoo Vince this dangerous?
Dude. Oh, wait until we get to the frickin'... Oh...
Well, I know that's a game that we talked about doing eventually.
I have it recorded, every video. I think we were just waiting on Jordy, but she's on break because she's trying to get her thing set up, and it was going to be for Matt, but he's been on...
I'm surprised that line didn't get this game a T rating.
Well, what'd he say?
If you don't match the carpets, then you gotta go.
Oh, jeez.
Huh.
That sounds like a deep cover Gecko kind of line.
It totally does.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they recycle it for it.
I mean, yeah, they do. They definitely do recycle a few lines for a deep cover Gecko.
We'll have to find out and get out of here. I said get out.
You don't belong in this genre, baby.
Not yet. Oh.
Yet.
Okay, go on.
I mean, say if there ever does end up becoming a Gex revival, they definitely do need to do a better job of separating the two genres, because they definitely don't mix.
No.
Have we met Mr.
But and again, I would love to see. My personal frickin'. I'm super frickin' easy to please, I swear. Thing is, I would love to see them again mess with different visual styles, like. In a cartoony land, he's all cell shaded, but in a gritty in a gritty film noir, it's either all black and white or he himself is slightly textured to suddenly give him a 5 o'clock shadow. He moves around with a gristle tone, and for that level
and a Chicago typewriter.
And for that level, and for that level and that level alone, every action he does is narrated by him in a noir sense. It was at that moment that James dropped down the pit for the 4th time in a row. Many geckos would question their lot in life, but I've learned on one too many occasions that it is always tail time. Little things like that. I don't know. Otherwise, I mean, we're getting... Oh, jeez! Okay, now we gotta be careful, James. This is no more not fooling one.
This is literally the hot tail
Is this
challenge.
the year of the gecko?
Well, there we go.
I don't know where there's any checkpoints. I don't like this camera. Oh, please.
I don't think this level even has checkpoints.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh, where is the... How much farther is this towering temple? Oh gosh.
Sorry, buttery feet.
I know, just...
Butterfingers.
Butterfingers. Okay, and then we swooping.
I believe that should be it. We're literally at the we're at the rooftop now.
They put a
we just have to
ninja.
worry about two idols that breathe fucking fire.
Okay. Oh, fortunately it doesn't go too far, but I know they can spin on a dime, so...
Doop.
Nice! And
And then there's this guy.
Get in there! Oh my gosh, if that...
Oh, you know what? I don't feel like fighting you.
If that ninja star got you.
I love how the guy reacted just as I was going, like, warping straight into the TV. It's like he'd never even seen the damn thing before.
Magic! Anyway.
What do you call this magical box?
Television.
Wow.
We call it a boob tube, affectionately.
I am impressed by the techniques of this here boob tube.
And hey!
And just like that, we already unlocked the final boss.
Channel Z.
But we're not doing that just yet.
Oh yeah, we've only just finished Samurai Night Fever, baby.
We can't do that. And hey, here we go, space time.
All right, here we go. Pain in the asteroids.
It's tail time.